Hello everyone and welcome back to Batman Arkham Asylum and random battering to the wall. I guess. So in this part we're going to be going back to the Batcave and getting the cure ready so we can, stop the Titan plants and whatnot. So, and I do like that fun callback to the Killer Croc scene we had earlier, where the way of, when you finish through Croc's lair and you're getting out of there, the way of coming through it is through that door. But it makes me wonder now, like when he tried to scare you earlier, like was he just like crawling his way over to the door from the water? Because he had to be in a level to where like you couldn't see him through the porthole in the wall. So I'm not sure. I really don't know. So yeah, we're just doing our thing. So grabbing some last Riddler trophies. I can't believe how just second nature, like I probably said this before in the playthrough, but like just how second nature it is, like collecting Riddler trophies as part of my gameplay and whatnot. It makes me wonder though, like if I'm ever gonna go back to say like Return to Arkham, which I have thought about doing just as a just be it for a one-off kind of thing. Combining both games together, like, would it be 100% run, or would it just be like a regular playthrough? It'd be a lot shorter for starters, but yeah, it's fun to think about. Comment down below if you want to see Return to Arkham represented on this channel. The thing about Return to Arkham that, like, I always go back to it, like, I probably made clear in my review and such that I don't really, like, I don't care for Return to Arkham. I mean, there's things to like, for sure, but, like, it's just the general kind of presentation really hurts the final product, which is sad, but having the ability to play Arkham Asylum and Arkham City on what is essentially next-gen consoles, that you couldn't really do because there was no backwards compatibility to, the PS3 and Xbox 360. I mean, the closest you can really get to that was PlayStation Now, so, and I don't think Game Pass didn't have Arkham Asylum or Arkham City backwards compatible, I'm sure. People will probably correct me in the comments, but yeah, it's an interesting thing for sure. So, but yeah, just having like the novelty of playing Arkham Asylum on the next generation after, PS3 and 360 was like an interesting idea. Like on paper it was good, but but it's just the execution wasn't really the best. The same can be said for something like Blackgate when it got its deluxe version. Like having the novelty of playing what was essentially just a portable Arkham game, on consoles was, a neat thing, but it's like the game wasn't really that great. So, but so I mean, this will outdate the video super hard, but like, I've been seeing the rumors going around of like a potential Arkham Origins remastered, and as much as I would really like to have that, mainly not so much for just like being able to play on like PlayStation 5 and stuff. My whole thing with Arkham Origins getting remastered is just for them to fix the glaring issues I had with it, as far as, you know, bugs and how certain you know, mechanics worked, like the Dark Knight challenges, for example. Like it would be an instant buy if, you know, they made it so that it wasn't tied to story progression. Like, say you can do those in like the challenge maps or something. Because it always bugged me when, you know, you're playing through Arkham Origins and you just have those challenges glaring at you. And even when you try to do those challenges, you know, the game could bug out or something could happen to where, like, the only way you're going to be able to get another chance to play that mission through again is just to start a new save file. And even just doing it on New Game Plus doesn't really work all that well too. So, but yeah, that would be like, if that would be my pitch for them trying to fix, you know, Arkham Origins, and besides like upping the graphics, which would be really interesting to see. I would love, like, if they did an Arkham Origins remastered, I would want it to be something closer to what the reveal trailer was. Like, I think just the overall look of it is what Arkham Origins should have been, as far as like design wise. But that's more just a me thing, because another thing about, you know, the graphics, like, the graphics were good, but it's just like, it was just this ugly gray color to everything, which didn't really sit right with me. Like, even the Batsuit was just like, it was dark gray on top of like a lighter shade with barely any black throughout it. I know people love the Origin suit, but I just, looking at it from the base game, it just looks like shit. Like, I really don't like the color scheme of the Arkham Origins Batsuit. I guess another thing I would love to see, as far as rumors go, this has just been something that, like, people have been saying for a long time, but, like, where the fuck is the Switch port for Arkham, like, the Arkham games as a whole? Like, where's the Switch port for Asylum, City, and, like, Night or something like that? That would be awesome. I would love to play through the Arkham games on the Switch. So, yeah. And I feel like with the Switch, like, it would be something that's needed, because, like, as far as superhero games go, there's not really a whole lot to pull from. Like, you got Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, but, like, there's also, like, DC Superhero Girls and, like, the Super Pets tie-in game. There's also Batman Telltale too, but we don't talk about Batman Telltale. Not yet, anyway. Stay tuned for that, by the way. So yeah, now we got to go to the pump rooms, and I think this is the point where I mentioned last part, or yeah, I think last part, where the game just kind of loses its steam, because right after this is the Poison Ivy boss fight. So this, up until like the very end of the game, is like where the game kind of loses steam for me. But it's weird, because I can still have fun with this, like, no problem, and I mean I love playing through the game. But it's just like, it's just a glaring thing the older I get. But as mentioned, this is still my favorite Arkham game, so yeah. So yeah, now we got to go through the area and take care of the pump stations, which are pumping Titan into I guess the Gotham Reservoir or something. Whatever. That's basically like, you know, the borderline Joker plot. Oh, I'm just gonna pump Joker toxin into the into the water supply. It's like baby's first Joker story, I gotta say. So yeah, now that we have the range amplifier, we can just shut down the pumps from up there. Not have to worry about, you know.
Great. Only 2 more to find.
What I love is just the thugs don't, you know, like, they don't give a fuck. Or no, they do. It's just like, it's just Batman doesn't, he just doesn't give a fuck about what's happening. I mean, beforehand, you know, I used to just go down there, fight the thugs, and then shut down the pumps. But now, to me, I just find it way more fun just to shut down the pumps and then just head out. Just like showing the incompetence of Joker is so much fun. But yeah, when I recorded this, it probably had been like over a week, and I was probably playing other things at the time, so I was a bit rusty. I'm trying to think, because when I recorded, the majority of this game was like in August is when it, you know, it first was recorded. Like early August, I want to say. So. But, yeah. So, I don't know. We're just going through the thing. There's not really much to talk about, admittedly. But, I guess when we were on the subject of, you know, Arkham remasters and whatnot, like, besides the Switch port, I would love to see, like, a PlayStation PS5 upgrade for the Arkham trilogy. Maybe a physical release too would be really cool. I know, like, WB's really pulling for Gotham Knights and whatnot, and I mean, I want that game to succeed. At the same time, though, it's just like, I mean, the Arkham games are just such a prevalent part of, you know, WB's kind of monarchy, you could say, with, you know, DC Comics. Like, of course, you had the New 52 going on. You had, like, the Dark Knight trilogy was finished, I guess. I mean, and I'm speaking more just, like, between, like, 2013 to 2015. Or 2011, whatever. But, like, the Arkham games were just such a common thing among, you know, DC Comics and whatnot. So the fact that it's just been kind of put on the wayside is like, it's a little upsetting, but at the same time, though, it's like, man, like, it really just outlived itself, which is kind of sad. But so yeah, there goes all the thugs in that. So if I remember right, we had 3 pumps to shut down. We already took care of 2 of them, so there's just 1 more. And of course, because Joker, it's one of those you know, boxes with a timer on it. I was about to say puzzle boxes, and I'm like, no, that's Riddler. Not till later Arkham games. Yeah, fucking Riddler. Piece of shit. Could you imagine if instead of the Riddler, like they do Arkham Origins, is like, oh, let's bring in Cluemaster as like as the Riddler archetype. That's the one thing I'm hoping not to see for Gotham Knights, is basically just their version of the Riddler. I don't want to see Riddler in video games for a long time. And I mean, the disdain from Arkham, like from Arkham, just really just killed it. But yeah, this is the end of the part. So next time we're gonna go after Poison Ivy, and that'll be fun, right? But until then, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share all that fun stuff. I will see you all next time. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course, don't forget to take care of yourselves. See ya.